Capricorn, stop scrolling for a second and listen. Something powerful is trying to reach you, and if you don't pause right now, you might miss the message the universe has been saving for you. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That strange pull in your spirit, that restlessness that keeps whispering that something big is coming. It's not your imagination. This is your divine alignment unfolding in real time. Before we go deeper, take this as a sign. If this message finds you, it's meant for you. So do something bold right now. Tap that like button, subscribe, and comment, "I receive it," to claim this energy. Because when you engage with what resonates, you're not just supporting this channel, you're sending a signal to the universe that you're ready for your blessing. You've been waiting so long for something to shift that you started thinking maybe it never will. But destiny doesn't forget. It waits, it tests, and just when you think it's over, it arrives dressed in silence. Capricorn, your November is the month the waiting ends. But to understand this, you need to see what was really happening behind all the delays. Every rejection, every heartbreak, every night you cried wondering, why me? None of it was random. It was divine calibration. The universe was not saying no, it was saying not yet. Do you remember the story of Joseph in the Bible? Sold by his own brothers, betrayed, imprisoned, forgotten. His entire life looked like a curse. But then one morning, the same man who was chained in darkness woke up and was told, "The Pharaoh is calling for you." In one night, Joseph went from prisoner to ruler, from lack to abundance. That is exactly the kind of energy following you this November. It's the energy of a long-awaited reward. You've been buried, but only seeds are buried before they rise. Let me tell you a real story. There was a man named James from New York who played the same lottery numbers for 7 years straight. He never won, not once. His friends laughed, his wife said he was wasting his time, and even he began to doubt. But one cold November morning, he woke up to find his numbers had finally hit. He didn't just win money, he won timing. He said something powerful afterward. "I realized I wasn't losing all those years. I was aligning." That's you, Capricorn. Your story isn't about failure. It's about alignment. The reason things didn't work before is because you were still being built into the person who could handle the blessing. You see, life doesn't reward those who rush. It rewards those who endure. You've walked through storms that others couldn't even stand in. You've kept faith when silence was your only answer. You've held on when everything said to let go. That's not weakness. That's preparation. You're not unlucky. You're chosen for something that needed time to mature. And now, November carries the vibration of divine completion. There's a secret truth most people never understand. Wealth isn't about numbers, it's about vibration. Every successful person you see once vibrated on the frequency of what they desired long before it arrived. Abraham Lincoln lost 8 elections before he became president. Imagine losing 8 times and still believing. But he did, and that belief is what turned defeat into destiny. Capricorn, your belief is your currency right now. That's why you've been tested. The universe needed to see if you could believe, even when you had no reason to. And here's the strange part. When your breakthrough comes, it won't even look like what you imagined. It might not come through a lottery ticket. It could be an unexpected call, a business idea that suddenly works, a deal you almost gave up on. But however it comes, you'll know it's divine because it will feel too precise to be coincidence. The right person will appear. The right opportunity will meet you at the right time, and you'll realize it wasn't luck, it was divine timing. Something similar happened to a woman named Karen from London. She was a nurse who worked double shifts, exhausted, underpaid, and constantly overlooked. She had applied for a promotion 5 times and was denied every time. She almost quit. But on a random Tuesday in November, the hospital director called her in, not to promote her, but to inform her that she'd been nominated for a National Humanitarian Award for saving a patient's life 6 months earlier. That award came with recognition, money, and a permanent raise. Her name went from invisible to celebrated overnight. Capricorn, the world hasn't ignored you. It's been observing you. Your good deeds, your effort, your persistence, they're all receipts for blessings being processed behind the scenes. What's coming next is not small. It's not ordinary, it's divine. But before it manifests, there's something you must do: release your fear of being seen. Many Capricorns hide their greatness because they've been hurt by jealousy, betrayal, or mockery. You've been told to stay quiet, humble, unseen, but your next blessing requires visibility. The same way Joseph couldn't rule from the prison, you can't rule from the shadows. November is forcing you to be seen, because your name is being mentioned in places you've never entered. The signs are already showing. You'll start noticing repeated numbers, dreams that feel too real, unexpected emotions surfacing. Don't ignore them, they're divine whispers. They're confirmations that something massive is shifting in your favor. Some of you have already felt it, that strange peace that comes after chaos, that calm that doesn't make sense. That's the universe whispering, it's done. And yet it's deeper than just luck. This moment is spiritual. There's an invisible pattern being written in your favor. You're standing in the same kind of transition that turned shepherds into kings, forgotten souls into legends. Remember David, the youngest, the least expected, tending sheep while others were chosen. Yet, when the prophet came to anoint a king, the oil refused to flow until David arrived. Capricorn, some things have been delayed not because you were unworthy, but because you were the missing piece. The blessing couldn't start without you. It's strange how destiny works. Sometimes the path that looks like rejection is actually redirection. Oprah Winfrey was once told she'd never make it on television. Imagine that, the same woman who became one of the most influential voices on earth. The universe loves to use humiliation as the soil for glory. That's why your pain felt personal, because your blessing is personal too. You had to walk through that valley so you could recognize divine favor when it arrives. Thomas Edison once said, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work." Every disappointment you've endured is one more path cleared toward success. You've been pruning your destiny even when it didn't look like progress. November carries the frequency of sudden manifestation. For some, it'll be money. For others, an opportunity so big it changes their life completely. But the root of it all will be the same: divine timing meeting divine belief. There's a man in Ghana named Kojo who worked as a taxi driver. For years, he dreamed of starting his own transport company, but every time he tried, something went wrong, investors backed out, cars broke down, debts piled up. Then one day, while driving a passenger to the airport, he struck up a conversation with a businessman. That man turned out to be the owner of a logistics company looking for local partners. Within months, Kojo's life changed. He became a business owner, employing others, building his dream from what once seemed impossible. When asked what changed, he said, "Nothing. I was just in the right car at the right time." Capricorn, that's how destiny works. It doesn't ask for your plan, it aligns your steps. Every heartbreak, every delay, every lonely season, all of it was the quiet preparation for the abundance about to unfold. You thought you were losing time, but time was shaping you. The same way diamonds are made under pressure, you were being refined for prosperity. And that's why, in November, you're not just walking into money, you're walking into identity. You're no longer the version of yourself who struggles, you're becoming the one who manifests with ease. But let's talk about faith. Faith isn't pretending everything's okay. It's believing that even the pain has a purpose. You've had moments where you wanted to give up completely, yet something you can't even explain, kept you going. That was the divine in you refusing to quit. The same force that made you rise every time you fell is the same energy that's about to lift you higher than ever before. Your wealth will not come through luck alone. It will come through energy, through the divine recognition that you are worthy of more. The same way Solomon didn't ask for riches but for wisdom, and in return received both, your November wealth will come through wisdom, through small choices that open big doors, through opportunities disguised as risks, through moments that test your courage. And when it will come fast. The phone call, the message, the encounter, it will seem random, but it won't be. It will be the universe responding to all those nights you whispered, "Please let it be my turn." It will be your turn. But remember this: abundance without gratitude collapses. So when it happens, stay grounded, stay grateful. Let humility be your magnet for more. There's a strange energy around you right now, Capricorn, an awakening. You're starting to feel that your intuition is sharper, your dreams more vivid, your thoughts more magnetic. That's not coincidence. That's spiritual confirmation. You're syncing with the frequency of wealth, of recognition, of miracles. This is your winning vibration. So here's what I want you to do: take a deep breath and say this out loud: I am ready for what's already mine. Because the moment you declare it, you're no longer chasing your blessing, you're attracting it. The energy around you listens to your words. When you speak power, you shift reality. So speak life, speak success, speak wealth. Somewhere right now, your name is being mentioned. Maybe in a meeting, maybe in a recommendation, maybe in the mind of someone who will soon change your life. You can't see it, but it's happening. Energy travels faster than light, and your vibration has already reached the door that's about to open. Stay alert, stay humble, stay ready. And when you start seeing the signs, the numbers, the synchronicities, the unexpected peace, don't question it. Just say thank you, because it means the alignment has begun. It means the vibration is complete. It means the universe has finally whispered your name. Capricorn, your lottery isn't about numbers printed on a ticket. It's about divine timing, alignment, and belief. You've been holding on to a promise that others gave up on, and because you did, the universe has decided to make you an example. When people see your rise, they'll say, "How did that happen?" And the answer will be simple: it was time. You've waited, you've endured, you've learned. And now November carries your breakthrough coded in its days. Watch for it, because what's coming next isn't small. It's the moment everything changes, the quiet unfolding of a miracle written in your name. And as the days pass, something deep within you will whisper again, "This is it. This is what I've been waiting for." Capricorn, lately you've been feeling something you can't quite explain, a strange heaviness, a quiet stirring, as if life itself is rearranging everything behind the scenes. You wake up some mornings with hope and others with doubt, and somewhere deep down you're asking, is all this waiting leading anywhere? What if I told you that while you've been questioning everything, the universe has been moving pieces you can't yet see? Before we go deeper, take this as your sign. If your spirit feels this message, don't just watch, connect. Like this video, subscribe and comment, I claim it, because your energy is being counted. When you declare belief in what's meant for you, you activate the law of alignment. What you affirm becomes what you attract. There are moments when destiny hides behind silence. You felt forgotten by people you helped, overlooked in rooms you deserved to shine in, and drained by battles no one even knew you were fighting. But Capricorn, I need you to hear this. The silence was never a rejection, it was protection. You were being hidden from the wrong hands until the right doors could appear. Think of David tending sheep while everyone else was in line for the crown. His brothers looked the part, but heaven knew the oil wouldn't flow until he arrived. That's you. The crown cannot settle until you walk into position. You see, in the spiritual realm, blessings can be delayed because timing isn't about the calendar, it's about readiness. There's an unseen hand arranging your life like a chessboard. Every disappointment that made you cry was secretly pushing you closer to divine alignment. The universe had to let certain people walk away, because had they stayed, they would have blocked the very thing that's about to lift you. Sometimes you lose what you love so you can receive what's destined. And destiny has been patient with you. Every prayer, every sleepless night, every step you took while doubting yourself, it all added up. You think your prayers vanished into thin air, but they didn't. They built momentum. They built vibration. You're standing under a sky that has remembered every word you whispered when no one was listening. The shift is closer than you think. Let me share something powerful with you. Years ago, a woman named Clara worked in a small bakery. She was quiet, hardworking, and constantly overlooked. Her manager promoted others above her even when she trained them. Every time she prayed, she felt like God was silent. Then one morning, out of nowhere, a celebrity chef walked into the bakery, tasted one of her recipes, and offered to feature her on his show. Within weeks, her life changed. She opened her own shop, became a national name, and years later she said, "I used to think I was buried. I didn't realize I was planted." Capricorn, that's you right now. You think you've been buried, but you've been planted in fertile ground. And that's why the energy of November feels different. You may have already sensed it, that quiet whisper that something shifting. You're not imagining it. The unseen hand that's been orchestrating your journey is now revealing its purpose. You are stepping into the season of recognition. The same people who once ignored your light will now need it to find their way. The same voice that once went unheard will become the one that breaks silence. The universe works in patterns. Every time it's about to elevate someone, it isolates them first. Joseph was left in prison. Moses was left in the desert. Oprah was told she didn't have the right look for television. But in those hidden seasons, something divine was developing: resilience, clarity, and faith. That's what's been happening to you. You were in training for abundance, because abundance without wisdom becomes destruction. The delays you faced were heaven's way of making sure you could carry what's coming. I want you to picture this. You're standing at the edge of everything you've prayed for, and yet it doesn't even feel real. That's how sudden the shift will be. One opportunity, one encounter, one yes will make up for all the no's you've ever received. Life will begin to make sense in reverse. Every loss will reveal its lesson. Every heartbreak will explain why it had to happen. You may not see it, but the signs are already circling you. Synchronicities, numbers repeating, dreams that replay memories, or songs that seem to speak directly to your soul. Those aren't coincidences. They're confirmations that the vibration of your life is changing frequency. You are no longer operating in struggle mode. You're stepping into attraction mode. You've learned what it means to work hard. Now you're learning what it means to flow. Think about Thomas Edison. Over 1,000 failed attempts before he finally discovered the light bulb. People mocked him, called him obsessed, told him to quit. But he said, "I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work." His story mirrors yours, Capricorn. You've been finding the ways that don't work, not realizing each one has been refining your vision for when the right door opens. The 1,000 failures built the strength to hold one great success. But here's what most people don't see. Wealth isn't just financial. It's energetic. True prosperity begins when your energy matches your destiny. Some people want abundance but carry fear, jealousy, or self-doubt. You, however, have been stripped of all that. You've been humbled, tested, purified. That's why your blessings couldn't come earlier. You had to release everything that couldn't handle the weight of your calling. This season, your energy will speak before your words do. Walk into a room, and people will feel the shift. Opportunities will be drawn to you because your vibration has become undeniable. The same way a radio tunes into the right frequency, you're now tuned into your purpose. The unseen hand is aligning situations that seemed impossible, debts canceling, relationships healing, doors reopening. A man named Roberto experienced something like this. He was a construction worker who always dreamed of owning his own company but could never catch a break. Every partnership failed. Every loan was denied. Then one afternoon, while fixing a roof, he noticed a small piece of metal shimmering in the sunlight. It was an old, scratched coin. For some reason, he kept it in his pocket. A week later, he got a call from a man he'd once helped years ago. That man had become a developer and needed someone to manage a new housing project. Roberto accepted. Within a year, he became one of the leading contractors in his city. He said that coin reminded him daily of how even broken things can shine in the right light. Capricorn, you are that coin. You've been scratched, tested, worn down, but your shine was never lost, only hidden until the right moment. What's coming next will shock you. It's not just about wealth, it's about transformation. You will begin to see why certain seasons had to break you. Without those storms, you wouldn't have learned to stand. Without the betrayal, you wouldn't have learned discernment. Without the loss, you wouldn't have learned gratitude. Now, every piece of your story is about to connect. The same wounds that made you bleed are about to make you shine. When divine timing arrives, it doesn't knock, it enters. It comes through unexpected doors. For Joseph, it came through Pharaoh's dream. For Clara, it came through a stranger's recognition. For Roberto, it came through a phone call. And for you, Capricorn, it might come through an email, a meeting, or even a random conversation that changes everything. Your only job is to stay open. Don't limit how the universe can bless you. The divine never repeats miracles the same way twice. You've spent years being the strong one, the dependable one, the one who keeps giving even when empty. That role has earned you something powerful, spiritual credit. The universe remembers every tear, every act of kindness no one saw, every time you chose peace over revenge. Those moments created energetic currency, and November is the month of its release. The scales are balancing, the rewards are arriving. Sometimes you'll notice strange things as this shift unfolds. Old memories resurface, people from your past reappear, dreams become vivid. These are not random, they are the final clearings before manifestation. The universe clears space before it delivers new gifts. Don't fear what's leaving, celebrate it. You're shedding the weight of what cannot go where you're heading. Capricorn, there's a divine equation at work in your life right now. Patience plus preparation equals prosperity. And you've mastered patience through endurance. Now prosperity has no choice but to find you. There's no force strong enough to delay what has already been decreed. When something is written in your destiny, even time must submit. Your transformation will be so sudden that it will silence every doubt. People who once looked down on you will start looking up to you. Those who dismissed you will want to learn from you, but the best part is, you won't even feel the need to prove anything. The peace within you will speak louder than any explanation. That's how you'll know it's divine. It will feel natural. If you've ever doubted whether God sees you, this is your confirmation. He saw you when you couldn't see yourself. He watched you sow seeds of love, kindness, and perseverance even when you were running on empty. Now he's about to show you why he made you wait. Because when it happens, there will be no question who orchestrated it. It won't be luck. It won't be coincidence. It will be grace. And there's one more story I want you to hear. A man named Andre lost everything in 1 year: his job, his marriage, and his home. He was sleeping in his car, embarrassed, feeling like life had abandoned him. But he never stopped praying. One night, half asleep in that car, he dreamed of walking into a building with golden doors. 2 weeks later, he got a call from a company he'd applied to months before. They hired him instantly. Within 6 months, he was promoted, and the office he worked in had golden doors, just like his dream. He said, "I realized the dream wasn't about the building, it was about the promise. Capricorn, your golden door is opening." So when you feel the old fear creeping in, the what if it never happens thought, remind yourself of this truth: every delay was divine, every closed door was redirection, every lonely night was training for the light you're about to walk into. The energy that once resisted you is now working for you. You're entering a season where everything that once felt stuck will start to move effortlessly. The signs are multiplying, the alignment is perfect, and your spirit already knows something big is coming. Don't fight it, don't doubt it, just receive it. Say it out loud right now: I'm ready for my divine alignment. Because the moment you say it, you step into it. The universe has been waiting for you to believe it enough to claim it. Somewhere right now, your name is echoing in places you've never been. Someone is preparing to bless you without even knowing your face. A miracle is forming under the surface, and the only thing standing between you and it is divine timing, and time is up. Your reward season has begun. And as the hours pass, signs will appear faster, synchronicities will multiply, dreams will speak louder, doors will creak open in unexpected ways. You'll look around and realize this isn't luck, this isn't coincidence. This is destiny finally catching up to you. There's a quiet hum in the air, a vibration that's been waiting to match yours. And when it does, it won't just bring change, it will bring revelation. The universe has heard your name, Capricorn. The hand that wrote your story has started turning the page, and what's written next is something even you won't believe. Capricorn, I need you to listen with your heart, because what I'm about to say will sound impossible at first. But if you stay with me to the end, you'll realize that this message found you for a reason. Before we begin, take a second to breathe in deeply. Now, if your spirit feels that this message is for you, hit the like button, subscribe, and type "I receive" in the comments, because this isn't just a prediction, it's a revelation, the kind that can alter the rhythm of your entire life. Capricorn, something divine has been written for you in November, and if you dare to believe, it'll unfold in front of your eyes like a miracle wrapped in timing and faith. You've walked through a storm that most people wouldn't survive. You've carried responsibilities that would have broken anyone else. And still you showed up, quietly, determined, watching others rise while you kept waiting for your moment. But your moment, Capricorn, isn't lost. It's delayed for divine perfection. And that delay was necessary because the blessing coming for you isn't just money, it's destiny in disguise. The kind that makes people whisper, "How did that happen?" The kind that turns a name into a story. You've been feeling strange lately, almost as if something is shifting around you. Little signs, repeated numbers, sudden waves of emotion, random thoughts about people you haven't seen in years. It's not random, it's alignment. You're entering a frequency where everything you've silently worked for begins to echo back. And I don't know who this is for, but you've been waking up between 3 and 5 a.m., haven't you? That's not insomnia. That's your spirit being called to attention because something is about to manifest. Let me tell you a true story. In 1998, a man named James Reddick worked as a janitor in a small town in Michigan. He had dreams, big ones, but life had other plans. He lost his wife, his car broke down, and he barely had enough to eat. Yet every morning before work, he'd whisper, "God, I still believe." For years, nothing changed. Until one cold November morning, he found a crumpled lottery ticket on the ground, ignored it for weeks, and then finally checked it. It was worth $8.4 million. When reporters asked him what he felt, he said, "I was just tired. I didn't even scream. I just sat there and said, finally." Capricorn, that word, finally, is what's written in the sky for you right now. The energy around you feels like something that's been long promised is circling back. It could come through a sudden opportunity, a forgotten investment, a phone call that changes your life, or a random moment that seems too good to be true. The angels are moving quietly in your favor, rearranging events to reward your resilience. You've planted seeds in tears, and November is the harvest you never expected but always prayed for. You've been overlooked because you were being prepared. You've been delayed because what's meant for you couldn't be shared too early. Think about Joseph in the Bible, sold by his brothers, imprisoned for lies, forgotten by those he helped. But when the famine came, the same people who betrayed him came kneeling. Capricorn, this isn't just about revenge. It's about restoration. The tables are turning in ways that even your enemies will call divine. And you've been dreaming of strange things lately: doors, roads, water, coins, or maybe hearing laughter in your dreams. Those aren't random either. Spiritually, these dreams are signs of transition and abundance. You're walking from scarcity into sufficiency, from effort into ease, from watching others win to finally taking your rightful place. But there's something I must say clearly: if you doubt now, it'll fade. You must stay in alignment. Keep your energy clean. Don't gossip, don't complain, and don't chase. Your silence is your magnetism. You see, Capricorn, wealth isn't always won. Sometimes it's revealed. It's like hidden treasure buried under layers of time, waiting for you to dig. That's why things had to be hard. You were being shaped to recognize the real thing. Because not every shiny thing is gold, but every divine thing glows in silence before it appears. Let me share another true story. A woman named Cynthia Stafford from California once lived in a cramped house with her brother's 5 children. She was broke, jobless, and overwhelmed. But every day she wrote down one number: $112 million. She'd imagine how it would feel to have it, what she'd do, and how she'd give back. Years later, in 2007, she won the lottery, exactly $112 million. Not a dollar more, not a dollar less. She said she didn't chase the money, she became the frequency of it. Capricorn, this is your lesson. What you embody, you attract. You've been walking through closed doors because the right one is about to open by itself. Stop knocking. The energy has already heard you. What's coming will not need your chasing, it'll find you. But there's something about November that's sacred. It's not just another month, it's your divine window. The planets are aligning to unlock something ancient in your chart. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is forming an aspect that only happens once every 12 years. This isn't small luck. This is generational correction. Have you noticed how the people who underestimated you are suddenly silent? It's because your energy has shifted. They feel it before they see it. You don't even have to announce what's coming. It's already echoing in your aura. Keep your circle tight. You're not meant to tell everyone your next move. Some people are observers, not participants. They were placed in your life to witness your transformation, not to join it. Now listen carefully, because I feel this strongly. There's a document, message, or approval that's been delayed or stuck for months. It will move suddenly, and it'll come with financial relief, a surprise credit, or even a hidden payout. I'm seeing a contract being revisited and your name being placed in bold. The universe is rewriting what was once denied. And there's something almost biblical about the timing of your blessing. Think of how Abraham waited years for Isaac, yet the promise still came. Think of Ruth, who lost everything, yet one act of loyalty led her to abundance. Think of Job, who lost all but gained double. These aren't just stories, they're mirrors of your soul journey. The struggle was never to punish you. It was to position you for recognition that will outlive the pain. Someone listening right now has been saying, "But I've tried everything." That's exactly when it happens. When you've reached the end of effort and the beginning of surrender, you're standing at the edge of divine intervention. You just don't see it yet. But I'll tell you something, energy doesn't lie. Your vibration has been silently calling wealth, favor, and opportunities, and in November, the answer comes. There's a famous quote by Paulo Coelho that says, "When you want something, all the universe conspires to help you achieve it." Capricorn, that's your energy now. You've wanted this for so long, and heaven is tired of watching you suffer quietly. The conspiracy of blessings is forming in your favor. And maybe, just maybe, your miracle won't look like a lottery ticket. It might come as a call from someone who owes you. It might be a creative idea that suddenly works. It might even be a stranger who helps you open a door you couldn't push before. The method doesn't matter, the message does. Your breakthrough is guaranteed. Remember Thomas Edison. He failed 1,000 times before creating the light bulb. When asked how he kept going, he said, "I didn't fail 1,000 times, I found 1,000 ways that didn't work." Capricorn, that's your spirit. You're not unlucky, you're persistent, and persistence attracts divine timing. You've always had a gift for seeing patterns others miss. That's why you often feel ahead of your time or misunderstood. But the very thing people ignored about you will soon be the reason they celebrate you. You're not chasing wealth, you're becoming wealth. You're not praying for luck, you're embodying alignment. The signs are everywhere. You've been seeing feathers, coins, or hearing random songs that speak directly to your situation. The veil between the spiritual and physical is thin for you right now. Don't dismiss it. The ancestors, the angels, the universe, they're speaking in code. Your spirit understands it, even when your mind doesn't. And Capricorn, let me be honest, this energy isn't just about receiving money. It's about stepping into your divine purpose. The money will come, but the transformation is the real treasure. You're becoming the person who can handle miracles without losing humility. That's why it took this long. If you had gotten it earlier, it would have slipped through your fingers. Now you'll keep it and multiply it. You might even meet someone this November who becomes a key part of your destiny. A collaborator, a partner, or a mentor whose presence accelerates your path. Be discerning. Not every open door is divine, but the right one will come with peace, not pressure. And there's something else. The energy of your ancestors is heavy around you right now. They've been waiting for this moment through you. Generational curses are being broken quietly. Poverty patterns, emotional blockages, silent fears, they're all dissolving. You're not just getting lucky, you're liberating your bloodline. But I want you to do something. Don't scroll away after this. Comment, "I receive it," to anchor this message in your vibration, because words have power and your declaration tells the universe you're ready. Capricorn, you've cried quietly, sacrificed silently, and given endlessly. The universe saw it all. You didn't lose, you were being prepared to handle more. You didn't fail, you were being trained in patience. You didn't get left behind, you were being set apart. There's a reason you're hearing this now and not months ago. You had to evolve to understand it. The frequency of miracles doesn't visit confusion, it visits clarity, and that's what's forming around you. So when the blessing comes, and it will, remember this feeling, the stillness before the rain, the whisper before the thunder, because soon, Capricorn, your name will be spoken in rooms you've never entered. And when people ask how you did it, you'll just smile, knowing that everything was already written long before you began to believe. Because the same hand that closed your doors is the same hand that's about to open the floodgates. And when it does, you'll remember this moment, not as a prediction, but as the prophecy that began your rise.